Yep, get in touch now. Did I mention that I had three very good-looking young chaps with me this morning? It's not the kind of thing I usually forget. They stormed the charts in the late 90s as a colourful pop band with 2 number ones, 2 gold-selling albums, not to mention a Brit Award and a Sexiest Male mantle. We'll find out which one won that one in a mo. But first, let's have a look at the lads back in 2000. Ben, Mark and Christian, welcome, guys. Now, spoken like a true granny, you must have got your death of cold in that wet, boys.
You're not a granny.
No, I'm not. Thank you for that. Let's move on. Now, Ben, don't be shy. You were... Was it Smash Hit Sexiest Male?
It was Smash Hit Sexiest Male.
That's how he introduces himself to people.
Yeah, hi.
Former Sexiest Male.
Have you still got the award? Is it?
I do, actually, yeah. It needs a bit of dusting at the moment, but it's fine. But I was actually at my fattest at that point when I won that. I was pretty big.
Really?
I think so.
No. Didn't you win Best Hair as well?
No, I didn't win that one. I was really disappointed.
What a girly little exchange that was.
That was a bit.
I was at my fattest. Oh, no, you weren't. Honestly, you look great. Cuddly. Listen, we've got people tweeting in for you already. I'm very excited. We've got an email from Sophie. Why haven't you done a comeback gig in this country earlier? Been waiting ages. She's going to be there on the 31st. We'll be talking about this in just a second. Anne-Marie's in Aberdeen. She wants you to go to Scotland.
We'd love to.
Come back up with me. You're
wonderful.
And Emma DL, she's really a bit out there. She says, can you ask the A1 boys to give me a wave, blow me a kiss? Go on for Emma. Go on. Where's she go to? There we go.
See you soon.
Yes, lots of stuff coming in. Keep your calls and questions coming in for the boys. Ben, are you right? When you went into A1, you were just 16.
Yep, I was. I hadn't actually done my GCSEs yet, so I think the band had to wait. Was it a year? No, probably a bit less. About a year until I'd finished the GCSEs because my parents said, "Well, you can't leave until you've done your exams." So I don't think that's legal anyway, is it? I don't know. No. But anyway, so that was what happened. So
and you were a chorister at the school.
Yeah, that's right. I was a head chorister at St Margaret's Westminster Abbey. Which was kind of cool. So we got to do lots of choir tours, and I did 2 classical albums and stuff. So we'd all had like a lot of like musical background before we got into the band, but you know.
But I mean, you have all got your musical backgrounds, and Mark and Christian, you know, want to hear about that. But it's a lot of the kind of management of these experiences now is the emotional, isn't it? I mean, at 16 to go from being a chorister in a fairly kind of sheltered kind of environment to be thrust into this pop world, and talking about X Factor earlier on. How do you manage that? Is there someone there to guide you through it, or are you just thrown in at the deep end?
I think it's all about I think it's all about the individual and about your upbringing. I mean, everybody's different. I think different people deal with it in different ways. I think we're very fortunate to have all started in music from a very young age. I know myself and Christian, we've come from very musical families, so we had, you know, had that in the blood. But yeah, it is quite a challenge to go, particularly from school, and then all of a sudden you're travelling around the world and stuff. So, I mean, well, you dealt with that okay, didn't you?
Yeah, but I think with X Factor it's a lot more instant. I mean, we worked for, you know, a year and a half before we sort of even got a record deal, so it was a bit more of a gradual progression, whereas X Factor, you're suddenly one of the most famous people in the country. It must be a real sort of shock.
Well, what do you think of that route? I mean, if that was there 10 years ago, would you three have been up there additionally?
I don't know if I would have had the guts to do it. I mean, I think they're so brave to go on television, and you know, some of the people, they really slag them off and tell them horrible things, and I probably wouldn't be here if that was, you know, 10 years ago.
I mean, I think a lot of artists that we know and love, established artists, probably people from the past, people like John Lennon, Bob Dylan, probably wouldn't stand a chance if they went on shows like X Factor, which is quite ridiculous. When they'd say, "Oh, you don't look right. Oh, you got a funny voice." So I don't really think that's the only route to go. Obviously, it's not necessarily the way to make a star, but it's got a proven track record.
But also, I mean, you know, if you come second, or no, not second, if you come sort of third or fourth, you're deemed as a loser, which is a bit strange because obviously you are fourth out of millions of people across the country. So it's not a great reality, really.
Well, there's also the thing, isn't it, that if you drop out of the limelight, and you guys, when Paul, who was the 4th member, he left in 2002, and you kind of dropped out of our limelight.
That's right.
But you have been having successful musical careers in that intervening period, spending a lot of time in Norway, I believe. Christian, is that your influence?
I'm Norwegian, so when we sort of took a break, I pursued a solo career there. I've had 3 solo albums out there, and so while we all pursued careers as songwriters and producers for other artists as well, I was sort of still doing all the artist stuff, and I got a call one day asking for these guys, can we do a reunion concert, like one-off TV show? I thought, you know, it'd be a good opportunity to hang out in the summer and stuff like that.
We hadn't played together for 7 years, I think it was.
And it was such a success. So many people came to the show. It was an outdoor show, and thousands of people came out. The record company thought, this is a good opportunity here, and we started writing together again, and here we are. So.
Yeah. Well, but we've got a clip, actually, of some of your new stuff. We've got Don't Want to Lose You Again. Let's have a look.
I just hope that your heart is open so that I can undo what I've done. In the end, it's all nothing, and I feel I'm ready now.
It must be difficult when you're kind of coming back after having had that, you know, sort of, not instant success 10 years ago, but do you try and be something else, or do you try and give people what they remember? Because you've got a gig coming up on the 31st. It's at the O2 Academy in Islington,
That's right.
In London.
Thank you.
Well, I think you've got to do a bit of both, really. I mean, obviously, we recognise where we've come from, and we recognise the hits that we've already had. So, you know, we've got to, you know, give the fans a lot of that. So we will be doing a lot of old tracks from the past, but we've also been doing a whole lot of stuff from the new album. But obviously, in Scandinavia, it's gone so big now that we can sort of do a lot of new stuff and perhaps not do so much of the old stuff. So we've had to sort of do a lot of rehearsal to get the old stuff up and going, really.
A natural progression and evolution as well, because obviously we're all a lot older now, 10 years since 12 years since we first started. So I think the kind of, we've all changed individually, and what we're writing about now, the songs that we're writing, we've got much more life experience, so to speak. So it's a very different A1 now. So.
I see the guitar there. Can I tempt you to give us a little number?
How's your singing voice as well?
Oh, my God, it is so bad. You just really don't want to even think about it.
Well, how about I point to you and you can sing the right bits?
All right, OK, just directly.
We'll have a go.
That's fine.
And everything that you meant to me is written in the pages of my history, but it's over now as far as I can see. Suddenly things are so different now you're gone. I thought it'd be easy, I was wrong, and now I'm caught in the middle. But even though I'm someone new, all I can think about is you. And now your turn. Here we go. And now
Caught in the middle.
Very good. Nice. Well done. Wonderful voice. 4th member. Perfect.
Oh, I have such admiration for you doing that. I really do, just to be able to, with no musical talent, it's wonderful to be sitting here and just see it so up close. Oh, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And with that fabulous compliment, you're going to stay with me, aren't you?
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah, they are. We're going to have a bit of samba later on. I don't know what your moves are like these days. Welcome back to Live with Gabby, with me, Kaye Adams. I've got a super granny and a man band on my sofa. What's not to like? Jane Fernley-Whittingstall is here to celebrate grandparents everywhere, and A1 are about to be served a hot and spicy treat. Whoa, they're looking nervous. I've got... There we go. Now, boys, it's time for your hot and spicy treat. It's maybe not what you were thinking. Are you fans of curry?
Oh, yeah, first thing in the morning.
Yeah, well, it's time, isn't it? For goodness sake, 25 past 11.
It's fine.
Never too early. It's Diwali tomorrow, so we've got you... Actually, quite a big treat. Here we go. If you'd like to make your way over to the largest Poppadom Palace you have ever seen. Look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that quite impressive?
With this, really?
Now, I want you to have a little taste of this, boys. It
where
was...
do we start? Okay.
This has been made to celebrate the launch of Reza, Spice Prince of India, which is airing tonight on Food Network UK. Pilau rice creates the structure of the Taj Mahal. What are you eating there, Mark? What have you got there?
Actually, that was just a bit of mango chutney. No, I'm not really trying the curry yet.
I do want one of you boys to take one of those green chilies. Come on, who's going to do it?
I think Christian is quite partial to chili.
Christian, go on, come on, Christian.
He really likes
one of the green chilies, please, come on.
Go on.
They're the trees.
Have a go, please.
And they're stuck in mango chutney. You can do it.
Are you really going to have a chili? I thought we were
He's putting a little bit of... There he goes.
It's just the red ones.
We've got water with him. Is it good?
That's really hot. That's good.
It's really hot.
And off he runs.
All right, see you later.
He's a cool dude, isn't he? That's really hot. Ooh. Yeah. Curry popular in the Fernley Whittingstall household, Jane?
It is, yes.
Is it? Yes.
We've got a great philosophy of never waste any food, and it's a great way of using up the scraps from the chicken or whatever it might be. Not very Indian authentic, probably. But we're also great chutney makers. I've just been to a chutney festival.
In
your country, up in Scotland.
What did we get up to up there? My goodness. Well,
quite a granny thing, chutney, don't you think?
Just to sort of make everyone calm about this will all be recycled. Don't ask me where, but it will be recycled. So relax. There we go. Oh, Christian's not quite so cool now. I just saw him taking a gulp of water there.
You know, water makes it worse. I need some milk.
Yes. Milk. OK, we'll get you some milk. For the moment, the kids are off school, and if they are running around your feet causing mayhem and you don't know what to do with them, Strictly's Ian Waite and Camilla Dallarup might have just the plan. Oh, they're having a whale of a time down there, aren't they? Actually, Camilla's been tweeting. She's had such a great morning with Ian Waite at our salsa half-term school. It does look such fun. Come on, one of you guys has got to be able to do a shimmy for me. You know, you've done all your dance routines.
Mark's a very good shimmy.
Come on, come on, Mark. Give me a shirt. Come on.
Actually,
really?
We used to dance as a band when we first came out, but as a band, and we eventually played instruments because we were much more comfortable playing. So now, not so many.
Truth be told, we realised we weren't very good at dancing, so that's why we sort of.
So that'll be a no then, is it? Yeah. Jane, can you help me out here? You're going to do a shimmy?
I'm certainly not.
Oh, no, God.
But I've been learning.
Actually, I think I pulled a muscle just doing that.
I've just started learning to do all this stuff. I've joined a dance class called Nead Dance, and it's especially for grannies, really. It's to keep your creaky joints moving and so on. Yeah. And it's just such good fun. It doesn't matter how bad you are, but you're popping away.
Maybe that's where we should go.
You feel great.
Perfect.
And it is great to do with kids because they love it, don't they?
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
kids enjoy dancing with Granny.
But Ben, you've got a little bit confession to make, haven't you? Zumbaing with your girlfriend?
Oh, I thought that was in the VT there. I was going to tell you the secret.
No.
Nothing secret.
No, yeah, I unfortunately last week my girlfriend got Zumba. Some fitness or something on the PS3. Yeah. So myself and her were in the sitting room doing this sort of.
Don't lie. We weren't doing it together. When she went out, you actually.
All right. When she went out, I put it on and I really worked up a sweat. It was fantastic.
You boys have changed. You really have. Well, there's lots more samba dancing in the new animated film Rio, which is out in Blu-ray this week. Jane's here to pass on her expertise about grandparent. We'll take in calls later in the show. But we've got the tea and cake here.
That's a very granny thing, isn't it?
Well, I was going to say, you know, we've got the tea and cake and we've got the lovely china and that's all very nice, but I kind of wonder, are we guilty of stereotyping here? Because, of course, grandparents now, you know, starting at very young ages, lots of them still working and doing stuff. They don't all have time for the tea and cake,
I have to say, even the older grannies like me, I don't think I've got a cup and saucer in the house. It's all mugs, I'm afraid. A mug and a tea bag. Yeah. But this looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's great.
It takes me back to my granny's time.
It does.
When tea time was really tea time. Cucumber sandwiches, a little cake stand like that. Really great. And my grandfather saying, when I was your age, I was allowed butter or jam on my bread, never both.
Never both. Oh, God, times have changed. Actually, Christian is looking at that Battenberg cake and wish I'd had that rather than the green chili. Do dig in, boys. It's fine. I'm looking through some of these categories in here that you've got in your book. I believe you had a granddad who was good at the spoons, or your granddad is good at the spoons,
my granddad, he's fantastic. He's the reason I started in music. So when you say about the important role of grandparents, my granddad is integral, and he's really, you know, why I'm doing what I do today. Very musical.
Brilliant. Listen, Ben, Mark and Christian, it's been a real pleasure to have you here. Thanks very much. Best of luck for the gig on the 31st of October. And there'll be a few folk coming down from Scotland, judging by these tweets there.